Well, welcome to JJ's Business Academy. I am Jerome Jones, and I'm just excited about having the opportunity to share with you today something that is just nothing short of extraordinary. And so I just decided to, and what a time did I decide this, but to come out, sit out on the patio by the poolside, just share with you in a just a relaxed way because I know that there are many of you that are used to hearing well polished guys and coming forth with the ambition to sell something. And I know that I've been around for about 40 years in this industry, so I know that most people come and they embellish what they are pushing. So I want to just take time to just talk with you and show you a program that can literally change your life. And I know you done heard that so many times, but I said something earlier to another group, and I do this often now. I want you to take some notes. Take some notes and listen to me for just a while. You're going to understand that this is probably the best opportunity that you have seen in many months. And I'm talking about an opportunity where you don't have to call anybody, you don't have to sell nothing, you don't have to buy nothing, uh, you don't have to do anything of that sort. So I want to take you through this particular opportunity, and I've titled it "Short and Long-Term Investments that Yields the Most Returns and Reduces the Risk." Now, you know, if you've been around, that anytime you talk about investments, there are gains and there are losses. We're not going to be any different. We're not going to be any different. Anytime you're dealing with investments, there's a possibility of you gaining and gaining a lot. And there are also possibilities for you to lose and lose a lot. So you have to be balanced and you have to know some of the triggers, and you just have to have a good program. You just got to have that. So I believe, while I sit here today, I believe that I've come across the very best investment opportunity for the least amount of money that yields extraordinary returns and minimizes your losses. No matter how long you're in this, there's a cap on what you can lose, and you only have to make one small investment. Now, I want to say that again. Over 3 years in this program, over 5 years in this program, over 7 years in this program, 10 years, you only have to make one small investment. Now, I want you to think about something. You think about your sons and think about your daughters and think about your spouses and think about the dreams that you desire to fulfill with your family, and ask yourself what has kept you from doing that. And I would submit to you that 8 out of 10 times it's going to be finances. Well, this is a real opportunity. And I have been in this industry, like I said, for better than 40 years in the online business opportunity, home-based business opportunity, brick and mortar businesses with restaurants and corporate offices. And I've been up and down the Eastern Seaboard with offices as far as I'm in Florida, as far as the Carolinas. I've traveled uh, places throughout the country and other countries as well. And I've kept my eye on the financial industry and the online explosion. And we wish that we had a bit more bullish when this internet came along. And so we've learned some lessons. And I want to just share with you some simple things. And as I said, this is a investment. It also has a business opportunity with it. I want to be very clear. You don't have to ever do any business at all. Let me say that again. Because I know people say things like that and then they say, well, yeah, you got to go do this and you got to do that. You do not have to do any business at all. You don't have to sell anything, buy anything, attend any meetings, refer anybody. You don't have to refer anyone. And you will still do extremely well if you follow the plan as it's laid out, and it's tailored, to reduce the amount of losses and the risk and maximize your return. And so I want you to think on that, and I'm going to just pull up something. And the sun decided it would come out now. I decided to do this out here, but just as I was doing this, they started doing there's constructions going on, and there's a lot of things happening all around us. But I still wanted to do this because there things don't always be as you desire them to be, and this is just life. And some of you are where you are today because of it's just life. But you've seen opportunities and going, and as you've seen those opportunities, you've been able to watch them sometimes just disappear, and you didn't take advantage of them, and you got a job and you're working your job and you've been on that job for sometimes 20 and 30 years, and you still feel that the retirement plan that you have is not enough. I can't tell you how many senior citizens that I have seen go work other jobs because their retirement plan or the Social Security was not enough to sustain their livelihood. And so I am grateful that we have a program here. So I want to get right into it, but I want you to get your paper and pen because I do want you to take some notes. It is important that you verify. It is important that you do your own research. I'm going to talk about some things here, and I'm going to say this as our required disclaimer. I cannot guarantee no certain amount of money. I cannot guarantee that you're going to make money. The laws that governs the financial world does not permit us to guarantee that you're going to make any money. In fact, we don't know whether you're going to participate in the program, so we cannot guarantee it. So I just want to put that out there. You have to do your own research and do your due diligence, and that's why we kind of lead off with get paper and pencil, take some notes, take some screenshots of what the things that we're going to be showing you, the things that we're going to be saying, so that you'll have them and be able to follow up on them. And I want to also say, if you need us in any way, reach out to us. You know, I don't even know whether I put my contact information there, but you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube, and just reach out to us, and we will help you in every way, because this indeed is a program that is doing what it says. And you know, a lot of time we see uh, projects launching, and what happens in many cases, they overpromise and underdeliver. I'm so thankful that this is a program and an opportunity that over delivers and under promise. And you're going to see that for yourself as you watch and participate with me in this session. Now, let me go on to the part that we want to deal with, because I want to talk about what this is. And so the first thing we're talking about is cryptocurrency. And many people still don't know what crypto is, let alone the currency, like Bitcoins and the different coins now that are floating all over the world. And there are yet millions upon millions of people don't know much about cryptocurrency. And because there's a lack of education, people tend to stay away from it. Those that don't understand it, you tend to stay away from things that you don't understand. So I wanted to take time to go through this, because cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. Cryptocurrency is outpacing the US dollar. Cryptocurrency is worth a whole lot more. And there's so many people that have gotten familiar with it, and that are benefiting to the tunes of thousands and millions and billions of dollars. So it's not going anywhere. It will be the anchoring currency for the world. If you look at what's going on around the world, see, I like to tell people facts. You don't have to just take my word for it, but one thing I do is I do some kind of research before I just start talking. And if you look around the world, you can see that these coins are being traded, they're being bought and sold, and one little Bitcoin can be billions of dollars. And it's just happening every day. Your Cash App has got it. Some of your other credit, debit cards got the ability for you to purchase and buy and sell them. All these exchanges have them. Foreign exchanges have them. They are purchasing items all over the world, and they are graduating from the paper currency that we have to coins. And so, now I know you hear that, so don't, that's why I said we're just doing a impromptu, I'm outside, and therefore we're going to be, they started that after I got started, so we just have to kind of work our way through it. But nevertheless, it'll just cause you to tune in a little bit sharper, and maybe I'll have to speak a little bit slower. But I want us to see the fact that cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's been rising and rising and rising, and so I'm glad to have this information and I want to pass it on to you now. I'm going to talk about it in a direct way. So we're going to be running kind of like speeding up in a minute. Um, the company that we are the exchange is that I'm dealing with is Cryptex. And when you ask what is Cryptex, you know, one of the things that there's a misconception because when you don't know, you just don't know. But Cryptex is not an organization. It doesn't have any CEOs. It doesn't have a business location. Crypto, Cryptex is a community-based project where people of the community, a community of people, are involved in a financial operation wherein they buy in and they trade those funds and take the proceeds of those funds that they have traded, the profits of them, and divide them or give them to the participants that took part in the investment. This is going on in the tunes of trillions of dollars. Before I finish here today, trillions of dollars would have been traded on markets all over the world before I get up out of this seat. And there are those that would have made thousands of dollars by the time I get up out of this seat. So I want you to just take a look at cryptocurrency. You need to just do some research. There's all kind of information out there. You can find information that is valid, that is from trusted agencies. And just like you find bad information, you can find good information. You can find information on these projects that let you know that they are here to stay and they are very, very legitimate. So, there are four parties, four characters involved. Because I want you to get the gist of this early, and then if you have some questions, hopefully they'll get answered in the last half of this session. But there are four parties involved here. Now, I'm going to say this up front. I'm going to start from a position in the back end and work my way back to the front. I'm starting all the way to the back end of it, of a sort. The maximum that you, the minimum rather, investment is $100. $100. And for the period of 3 years, or 5 years, or 7 years, you invest $100. You cannot lose more than that $100 in 3 years, or 5 years, or 7 years. And the return on that, if you take a 3-year deal, the return on that $100 that you put out will return you over $35,000 at the end of the 3-year period. If you took a 5-year deal, That same $100, not anymore. You never have to put another dime, but that same $100 for 5 years will return you profit $471,000. That just that $100. I'm not talking about putting $100 in something and then coming back having to put something. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about making a $100. Now you can do more if you want, but you have to start with $100, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to manage it. You don't have to do any of those kinds of things as far as getting your uh, income, as far as making your money, or trying to advertise it, or trying to do it. You don't have to do it. This is an investment, long term, short term, short term, long term. We're going to talk about how those different, how they play out. But that's the gist of it. Now, the 7 year deal brings you in well over $1 million from that same $100. Now, I know some of you are asking, so, well, how in the world that can be? How can that be? Well, I'm going to talk to you just briefly about that, and then I hope you'll go to the site, and we'll be able to get you to be able to watch a lot of this. But I want you to see, and I'm going to share my screen, and you're going to hear some testimonies, and you're going to hear the program. But I'm just kind of setting you up for what you're going to be hearing. Because you ask, how can I give $100 investment? Well, I told you there are four parties. We have, first of all, we have the DeFi staking contracts. I want you to make sure you get that. DeFi staking contracts. That's one party. And then the second party we have is we have the account holder. The account holder. The third party would be the insurance agency. And the fourth party would be you or me. Or the bank, rather. You or me would be the account holder, and the fourth party would be the bank. So you have four characters here. You've got the contracts, you have the account holder, you have the insurance agency, and you have the banks. All four of these parties have a stake in the success of this investment. And let me just summarize some of the things that we have. I will give $100 to purchase one contract. Now, you can purchase more contracts if you want, but to purchase one contract is $100. That $100 is it activates a contract of either 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. You can decide which one. You choose whether I want a 3 year, or I want a 5 year contract, or I want a 7 year contract. Now you can just decide whichever one. Some people take 3 years and then they get a 5 year so that they can have their monies coming at the end of 3 years. You're going to get monies, and at the end of 5 years you're going to get that other monies as that contract comes to term. Now, that's all your decision. Nobody can tell you how to do that. Nobody can have anything to do with that. You just decide to do it. And I love this. And now the other part I love about this is we're in absolute control of our money. No one has any access to your money. When I say no one, I really mean no one. So if for some chance I should lose my credentials, no one will be able to show me my credentials. No one will be able to recover my bank account. No one will be able to locate it. It's been totally encrypted, and I'm the only one that has access to it. And that's the way that this fund operates. It's not going to be in the custody or being managed by banks or by other hedge fund managers. It's not going to, no one is going to have access to your money but you. You are in sole control. You could stop, you can go further, you can do whatever you choose, because that's what the DeFi staking is, a non-custodial account. A non-custodial account means that you and I manage our own account and no one else gets to have access to it. That's a non-custodial account. So that there's some risk with that, because if you do the wrong thing, your money is gone. You lose your password. Like right now, you can go to your computer sometimes and hit the forgot password, and man, you got it. They can pull it back up because it's tied to your name and your identity. That's not the case with these investments. These investments are on the blockchain, and you cannot get there without your own private security credentials. So if you was to lose them, no one knows what they are. So no one knows what they are, and the institutions tells you don't share your credentials with anybody. That just by chance that you sharing them, and if they have your credentials, they can go get all your money. So it's very secure, and it's to be understood that you and you alone are in the driver's seat, and it's all anonymous. The government can't stop it. The government can't tax it. The government can't interfere with it. It is absolutely untraceable. And we're not talking about something that's illegal. We're not. I want to put that out there very quick, because I tell people I'm a minister before I'm anything else. So, but this is happening all over the world. Trillions of dollars, multi-billions of dollars in accounts all over the world that's not even visible to anyone but the one has the credentials. And so I want you to do your due diligence so that you can be very safe, feel very safe, and that you can take advantage of an opportunity that is presented before you. Now, let me say this. I said we have those four parties, and I'll say them again. The first one that we talked about was the DeFi staking contracts. There's a 3-year contract, there's a 5-year contract, there's a 7-year contract. And guess what? All of them is just $100. Then if you get a 3-year, it's $100. You get a 5-year contract, it's still $100. You get a 7-year, it's still $100. And that's all. You don't have to go back and pay nothing else. That money goes into a pool and it's invested. Now, you guys, you understand something about this, because banks have been investing your money ever since they've been a bank. And the stock market has been rising and falling ever since there's been a stock market. So we're not new to the investments and the rising of the stocks and the fall of the stocks. And people have lost 401ks, they've lost retirement pensions, all kind of things with the New York Stock Exchange and other exchanges. So this, and it's not going to stop. Anytime you're dealing with investment of money, there's going to be some big gains, there's going to be some big losses, because not everybody is going to do their due diligence, and not everybody's going to be disciplined and know when and how much to invest. So this program caps it at $100 a contract. Another thing that it does, it limits the amount of investment that one can put in it. Now, a person can get up to 80 contracts though on one account now, but that's an $80,000 investment. You might think that's a lot of money to be invested, but when guys are trying to put in millions of dollars, they want to put in millions. You know why? Because that's what has squeezed the middle class out. You know, they want to put in millions, but this, the blockchain exchanges, the cryptex caps everybody, and the most you could have is 80 contracts, and that's an $80,000 investment. And people invest, you know, more money than that in projects that's here as far as real estate. So this kind of return is unheard of as far as your interest rate. You say, well, how does it work? Let me just run through that. The interest, the banks, this is something unique. You said, well, because you said, well, I'm just giving $100. Yes, just $100. But that $100 is going to activate a contract. The bank is going to make a loan of $30,240 for 3 years. If you get a 5-year contract, the bank is going to make a loan for $43,200. So the bank is going to fund these contracts. The bank is going to front the capital. You say, well, why would the bank be doing that? Banks do that all the time. But they got a real good reason to do it in this case, because the banks are going to make 5.75% annual interest off of that 5-year loan, and they're going to make 6.75% off of that 3-year loan. So the bank's going to make anywhere from $7,800 to $11,500 annually. So they want to do this deal because their money is just sitting there at a 1, 2, 3%. So they're doing this. But here's where it gets really good, because you said, well, wait a minute, Bishop Jones, they loaned us me this money. Yes, but it's not your money now. It's a capital as collateral. You know how when you go somewhere and you want to get something, they say, what kind of collateral you got? The bank is providing the collateral so that you don't have to come out of your pocket with anything. But the banks now are very smart too. The banks have made a league with insurance agencies, and the insurance agency is going to insure that loan. And that's a good thing for the banks, and it's a good thing for me, because if something happened catastrophically, I still don't have to pay one dime of the loan. Now, I got my loan in my back office right now, and I don't have to pay not one dime. So I can't lose no more than $100 over 3 years or 5 years, because that's all I got in it. The bank, if it comes to be a loss, the bank don't lose either, because they got insured. And that loan that the bank gave for the loan for the contract is insured by the insurance company. So the insurance company, you say, well, why were they going to want to do this? Well, the insurance company is in the business of insuring loans. Why? Because they're going to get paid $210 a month for every one of those 3-year loans and $300 a month for every one of those 5-year loans. So just do the math. And you can see real quickly why the insurance company said, oh, yes. Because how many times they default? You just think about something. You've been paying for insurance on your car sometimes 20, 30, 40, 50 years. How many accidents have you had? Some of us have not had any accidents, but we still pay that monthly insurance. The insurance people are the ones that hold the extreme wealth, because I remember they are the ones that survived the Great Depression. If my history serves me right, they had millions of dollars even in the Great Depression. Because see, they're the ones that they collect all these fees, but they don't have a lot of expenses. That's why you see all these big, extravagant, buildings and whatnot, because, they got those monthly residuals coming in. Now you could have those monthly residuals. I'm talking about that too. But that's why the banks have an interest in the success. The insurance company has an interest in the success, and they are principal partners, providing the capital and guaranteeing the loan so that me, the little guy, don't get stuck with a severe loss that's catastrophic. That's a near foolproof plan. And if you're watching me, there's a link on that screen. You can get a free account. That link that's strolling across there, go just get it. You don't even need your name. All you need is an email address. It's anonymous, and then we'll also send you, when you check in and get your account, you'll get a whole open site where you can read all of the things that is there, and you can actually understand it a whole lot better. There, we got videos there for you. We've got people that is going to be sharing. In fact, I think this is a good time to just let you see a little of this, and I don't know how much we're going to cover, but I want you to see that we're not just talking about something. We're talking about something that's real, talking about something that is an opportunity, an investment that will change your life, your family's life, and do it with no labor on your part. Now, I haven't even talked about the referral program, because you don't have to refer anybody. You don't have to get involved with anything. All you need to do is purchase one contract or as many as you want, and your job is over. The end of the term of that contract, the bank's going to get their money that they loan back. The insurance company has already gotten paid off out of the profits, and you are going to get the remaining profits. If it's a 3-year, it's going to be $35,000 plus dollars. If it's a 5-year, it's going to be $471,000 plus dollars that you will take home. And I'm telling you, we think that's a lot, because that's perhaps something that many have never had. But there are people taking home 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, $50 million. So I just want you to understand that this is the way of the future when it comes to currency, and we best catch up and understand it so that we don't end up literally being left behind. So let me see if I can do this. Now I'm out here in this light, and I'm not sure that I can do all of this. No, that's not the one. Well, maybe it is. Share the screen. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna try to share my screen with you and let you see, and I'll talk. I'll let them talk because they're good at it. And what you're looking at now is, uh, I hope I can get into this because sometimes you can't. No, that's not the one I wanted us to get to first. Let me see if I can pull up the, just give me just a moment. Like I told you, let's start right here first. You know what I didn't do? I didn't let my computer know that we were switching over here, so the audio is still not coming through. So let me see if I can correct that for a moment. I told you that we're not, and we're out here in this uh, outdoors, and the glare kinds of getting to us. But I just wanted to hopefully share. Let's see, it says add camera. Muted. Now I'm unmuted, but I'm not able to hear. And you know why I'm probably not able to hear. I don't know what that is right there. Let's see, let's try to go back to here. If you're just watching with us, again, this is just a time we wanted to set out and at least have a time to discuss some of this with you. I've got an issue here. I may have to come back out of it and not do it until I am able to bring you all the way. Let's go down here. Maybe I can get this one. Here's one right here. I'm not getting any sound. So that's my mistake there. I have to own that one. I normally we supposed to turn the sound on. Okay, view talk. Yep. We're supposed to turn on the sound when we are sharing the screen. And this time I didn't do that. Didn't even think about it. So let me see if I can find it. And I certainly can't see it, guys. So we're going to have to take a rain check on that unless I can grab it really, really quick. I see the, it's telling me that I'm muted and unmuted, but it's not giving us any sign. Usually when that's the case, it's probably because I've got it open up on somewhere, some other program using the audio. And that's usually what the case is right there. So we're not going to belong ourselves. And hopefully now we are back where we can see, and there'll be a day that we will put up a video that will enable you to see the kind of opportunity that this is. You can actually go and look at the videos and all the tutorials and all of that. All it takes for you to do is that form that you will see. Put in your information. You don't have to put in a credit card. You don't have to fund your account. Just establish your free account. And when you establish that free account, you'll have access to the whole program. Now that's a good thing because, like I said, you got to do your due diligence, and I can tell you about it, but I want you to go and do your due diligence. You want to be comfortable and you want to be at ease when you're dealing with investing. But here's the thing that you should understand, that the most the amount that you're giving is $100. You're investing. You're not giving it. You're investing it. So if you bought one contract, if you activated one contract for 3 years, the most you can lose is $100. Now, guys, we spend more than that, So for 3 years, the most you can lose is $100. The most you can gain is $36,000. Now, I just like that odd. If you took that same and stretch it out another 2 years, it's gonna compound into 400, and it's gonna be 500 and some thousand at the end of 5 years. But the bank's gonna get their $43,200 back. The insurance company will be done gotten paid, and you're gonna have $471,000 left. You or me. Now, I don't know about you, but that's pretty good. That's better than Social Security. That's better than your, people's pension. You could do that. You could get a contract for your sons and your daughters, spouses, but now that you have to follow the regulations on it because they're very strict about that. You can only have one account per person. Only one. What does that mean? That means when you sign up, you can only fund one account from your crypto or Cryptex wallet. You can only fund one. Don't make the mistake of funding your son account, opening an account for your daughters, opening one for your spouse, and you're funding them from your wallet, because they will cut your whole accounts off, because it's a violation of the agreement and practices, and they call that stacking. And so you don't want to do that. Each person has to open an account with their own email and their own Bitcoin wallet. Now, if you have it in this, you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm not going to know how to do this. You don't have to worry about that. I thought that would be a challenge too for me. Not so. And they got there's so much instructions that step by step that you can watch and do. So it's easy. And once you set it up, it's just set. And you don't have to do it anymore. Now, some of us have worked 20 and 30 years on the jobs looking for retirement. So I know we can endure a day or two just to set ourselves up so that we don't have to do nothing else. I want you to take a look at this. Listen, go to that link right there. Just go to the link that you see scrolling across the bottom, and get there so that you can see all of the parts and all of the information that make it so you make a better educated decision. Now, that link that's on your screen right now, scrolling across there, make sure you pay attention to the numbers and the letters and the dots, the little periods. Okay? That's very important. People get those mixed up, and they they go into the wrong account. So make sure you get that right, okay? Well, I'm going to stop it right there because, as I said, this is just this little talk, just an introduction. We're talking, but we're going to come back and do a more skillful and a more upscale and yet down to earth because I just love it. I just love it. It's something real. It's something that I can touch. And guess what? I have the account is already, and this is what I didn't say. You'll be able to look at your account every day, all day if you want to, and you'll see every day it gets higher. Every day it gets a new figure is added. Around about 5 o'clock this evening or 6 o'clock this evening, my account will make a few more dollars. The loan was $30,240, and so it's compounding. And so every time it do that, it compounds daily at 0.1, no, zero point 0.01 or between 0.01 and 0.03 every day. So as that compound, let's say it just stayed at the highest was 0.02. If that happens every day, you're gonna start with about 20 some dollars the very first day, 30 or $40 the next day. It's just gonna keep going up and up and up because the amount of the balance in the account is rising, and as that new amount compounds, it gives a bigger profit. It's just like when you're paying your interest on your house. When you pay about that new house, well, you didn't, all the money you paid in the initial stages was just the interest. You might have paid $5 on the principal, and you might have paid $1,700 to $2,500 on the, on your interest. So this is nothing new. I taught financial services. So I've done workshops, Power to Get Wealth seminars. I've done things all up and down this country. I know when I'm looking at something that is so unique and so basic and have taken away all this stumbling and the roadblocks and has leveled the field so that any individual, a mother, can put $100 aside for their daughter, and when the daughter gets up of age, the daughter will already have $1 million. Son, see, this is how you create a legacy, and you don't have to do it behind the 8 ball all the time. Okay, so I want you guys to get on board, check it out, let me know what you think. I know I'm enjoying the ride. Come on, go with me. I'm Bishop Johnson. Have a Jesus-filled day. Bye-bye.